welcome to my channel. I'm Kevin. Today we're going to talk about this Adidas Takumi Sen after 500 km. Let's see how the shoes look like, how the shoes get bashed out by me, and how the shoes look like after certain off period after using these shoes for my speed day. Before we start, disclaimer: this pair of shoes is purchased by my own money during my last 1.5 years when I trip to Japan. When these shoes launched in Japan, I brought these shoes back. It's around, after conversion and discount, after the VAT discount, everything, it's around 500 plus ringgit Malaysia. And this is the first color during the launching in Japan. I brought these shoes and I bring it back to Malaysia and I run using this pair of shoes. So without further ado, let's have a look on the shoes itself. In this video, we're going to have a look on the upper of the shoes, the midsole, and the bottom of the shoes. How the shoes look like after 500 km bashing for all my speed work. See how the shoes look like. Let's start with the upper itself. The upper is a very ventilated upper, but there is a lot of holes at the shoes. So you can see my finger coming out right here, the top part here, also the fingers coming out. On the other side, also same, my finger is coming out. This is a common issue by this Adidas Takumi Sen 9. Same as on the other side, this side is much more worse. Not one finger, it's basically 4 fingers come out from the shoes. And the upper, the front here, also a finger come out at the toe area. Same as the side, 1 finger coming out. This is a common issue happen to all the Takumi Sen 9. Even one of my friends using a same pair of Takumi Sen 9 and the shoes just break off less than 100 km. Fortunately for me, the shoes still last up to 500 km with all the holes coming out from the shoes. So you can see basically my finger is coming out. If I'm not wrong, the version 10 they upgraded the upper. It's much more durable upper compared to this upper, all the holes and here, because it's more like a plastic size upper. So after certain time of bending and our feet are moving around, so the plastic start to give up. So that's why there's a lot of holes on the shoes itself. Besides that, the lace, everything, the lockdown, everything, there's no issue. Just only 3 spots of the hole coming out: side, left, and the right side. The holes is coming out, and the bending area, the forefoot when we bend, this is the area where the hole came out. Same as this side, you can see the holes. This side also starting, the hole starting come out. So the hole at here, here, and left and right of the shoes. The tongue, everything is perfect. It's very thin. It's not absorbing any water, so it's very nice to run under the rim because it's not absorbing any water. For the midsole, it's a light stripe pro. It's a very responsive form. At first, I'm not really like the form because of it's a bit hard and a bit stiff. But after years of using, months of using, the form starting to loosen up and pretty nice using this one. Just only the one thing that I'm still complaining right now is the inner part of this one. It's a bit slippery. If I wear certain type of socks, it's a bit slippery, especially when I'm going for my speed work. For the midsole, at here you can see some separation between the upper and the midsole, starting to have some separation. This happened on this side of the shoes. If I pull it a bit, actually I can see the 2 type of form sandwich between. There's a fiber rod on it. So maybe if I retire these shoes, so you can see when I pull it, you can see the gum actually starting to separate. This shoes is already 500 km, so it's starting to separate some of it. Maybe when I really retire the shoes, maybe I cut the shoes open and see the fiber rod itself. And the form is already compressed quite a lot. Same as here, it's already compressed quite a lot. It's not a lot compared to New Balance or Nike, but you can see there's a lot of compressions. Same worn off over here. This is because of my running style. This is the worn off area. Same as this side, also worn off area at this part. Let's move to the outsole of the shoes. Yes, the outsole of the shoes is totally different from the normal origin because I resole the outsole. Because of the outsole, it has been worn off by me. It's really starting worn off during that 200 kilometer because of my running landing style. Because my running style is when I land it, I press it, then I pull it. So that's why it's worn off really quickly, because this Adidas Takumi Sen style is using some sort like a sandpaper of outsole left and right, but because of my running is super neat and the sandpaper is on this side, it's really starting to worn off just 200 kilometer. Because I want to prolong the lifespan of the shoes, that's why I go to the cover and resole it so that it can last out more and I can use much more out from the shoes. And you can see it here, actually it's really starting to worn off a lot. Okay, if you see it here, the top part here, this is the thick of the resole, the rubber that I resole it, actually it's very thick. And if you see over here, there's some slight little bit left only of the rubber. This the amount of rubber has been worn off from the shoe. From this quite thick, I think it should be around 4 or 5 millimeter thick of rubber, has been worn off until less than a millimeter. So because of my landing, when I land, I pull it before I go for my next strike. You see on the bottom, you can see directly the pattern of the worn off. This is where I always land the midfoot here, and also this is the balancing point. So when I land on the midfoot supinate. This is the area where I land. So that's why you can see this is the shape and the pattern of the outsole rubber that I resole, and this is the one off. Basically it's really flattened off. Same as the other side. The other side is more to the back over here. When I land, it's much more balanced over this side. So you can see it's eaten a bit more on here compared to the other side. Same also this area, when I land, I pull it off, and also has been eaten up all the rubber on the shoe because of my running supinate. The original has been worn off, but I didn't have any photo because I just resole it to prolong it, the lifespan of the shoes. Even though the shoes gained a bit of weight, but it didn't influence any performance of the shoes. It still performed really well, even though I have a new sole. It's a bit heavy and not really flexible, but for me, it's totally nice because this is my speed day training shoes. How I use Takumi Sen during this 500 kilometer period. These shoes, I never race it before. I just bring the shoes out for 2 park run, 5 kilometer run, and the shoes perform really well. I did both also sub 20 minutes using this pair of shoes, so it's really nice. And yesterday I bring these shoes out for a track run, just for 20 minutes tempo at 4 minute pace, and the other I did below 4 minute pace, and I finished using these shoes in around 90 minutes for a 5 kilometer. The shoes still have the power in it. It still can able to push, even though it's a bit flexible right now. After 500 kilometer, the foam and the rod has been loosened up and still got the kicking power. Even though I bring the shoes out for a both 5 kilometer run, and it able to bring up for 90 minutes. I can using these shoes for 90 minutes. So these shoes basically is my speed day shoes. When I go for a speed day and I want something lower to the ground because of the stack height of the shoes, definitely Takumi Sen is always my choice. Compared to other choice like Vaporfly, I always will go for this one when I want something lower to the ground, faster, nimble. This is the shoes that I always choose on it. And these shoes always stick together for all my interval. Especially interval, these shoes definitely is the first choice when I'm going out for the interval. So, but right now it seems like having some nightmare right now. The shoes are not really able to lock down properly because some of the upper has been tear off. So I'm starting to reduce using it for my interval because of the shoes are not really having a good lockdown right now. During all this interval session, I didn't encounter any issue on the shoes, the heel slippage, anything, just only because of the resole. Because of the resole, there's no more line or grip for water. When I'm running under the rain, the shoes are a bit slippery because of the pre-sole. This a lot of people asking, will it slippery? The answer is yes, because that's just like our car tires. There's no more traction, everything. It's basically a very slick type of shoes. The shoes a bit slippery when you're running under the rain after this kind of condition of the shoes. The shoes a bit slippery when you're running under the rain. Besides that, there's no more issue. Even though I'm running dry, it's able to provide me a lot of traction because of the rubber itself. It just stick on the floor and I pull it. It's able to provide me the energy that I need. So these shoes basically is my go-through speed day. Tempo, interval, everything will go through these shoes. What I think about the shoes, if for performance wise, these shoes definitely no issue. The performance of these shoes, I really like it, and the Takumi Sen 10 already break some world record during the Adidas Route to Champion that time. The version 10 already broke some of the world record. For this 9 version, performance definitely is a plus point. Just only the durability. So because of the upper durability, there's a lot people having this issue, and also the bottom traction. The traction worn off really fast because the shoes cost around, if right now in Malaysia the Takumi Sen 10 selling around 700 something. If I get this kind of durability, it's not really worth the buck of the shoes. So hopefully Adidas can improve on the durability on the Takumi Sen side, but I haven't tried on the shoes. Maybe in the next future I will try the version 10 or version 11 of the Takumi Sen 9. Until now, this is my final verdict of the Takumi Sen 9. I will use it few more kilometers before I retire these shoes for good, and I try to cut it open and see how the shoes look like inside. So that's all, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.